Welcome back to Chakra 4, the heart of the challenge, literally. And this video is all about your heart chakra, the center of love, connection, and compassion. So I really want to acknowledge you. The dedication to this journey, and if you're still watching this video, it's truly inspiring. And I hope you feel the love and pride for yourself that you so deeply deserve. Go ahead and take this moment to embrace the beauty of your heart. Your heart's been with you since you were born. It's the part of you that beats unconditionally for you through your good times, through your bad times, in sickness and in health. And it loves you so deeply, so compassionately. Did you know that every time you shed a tear, it's the compassion of your heart for yourself feeling sad because all the lies, all the walls, all the defenses are fear, and they're just outdated lies that just are not true at all. And so that's just like a fun fact to know about tears. So let's dive into the fourth chakra, the center of love, trust, and acceptance. And this is the foundation for really thriving. In the emails that support this, that go with it, there's one email in there that really talks about what the brain is meant for survival and solving logical problems. And that's the realm of AI. AI is not human because it doesn't have a heart and soul. So that's why I think the heart and the soul together work together to create connection, which a robot can never do. So let's just go on. I'm just going to read the slide. Your fourth chakra, of course, the center of your chest, unconditional love and acceptance. When it's open and balanced, you have compassion and consideration for all of life, even the mean, nasty, and ugly parts of it. You're able to give and receive love unconditionally. It's undefended. It's fearless. And your inner voice, the more you heal your heart and make it undefended and fearless, the more your intuition becomes stronger. And this right here says your inner voice is supportive and accepting. That's because your inner critic lays in your fourth chakra, right? Oh, and here it is. Your inner critic is critical, suspicious, and will beat you up all day, every day in the effort of being perfect, to being flawless. So no one can reject you. No one can criticize you. No one can leave you alone. They wouldn't be right if they did. They would be wrong. You wouldn't. So that's what the inner critic does. And so when you've really healed that and turned it into your inner cheerleader, just something that I work with people in my programs to do, then you feel passionate, unstoppable, and you're able to reach big dreams and goals. And when you're not stuck, disappointed, it's really hard to forgive, and you beat yourself up a lot. And I just want you to know that healing of your heart is just not about forgiving others. It's a compassionate act of forgiving yourself first. And your heart, it becomes the bridge. It is the bridge between your lower self and your higher self. And that's the healer of all wounds and personal power. A closed heart keeps you trapped in the past or focused on pain in the future. And it's also focused on pain that you haven't forgiven in yourself or in others. And so this makes invisible walls to protect you from past traumas. But these invisible walls also harbor grief, isolation, and letting go to being in the flow. And the way out is through. And when I did my heart work, the deepest, the most difficult heart blocks to overcome, they actually felt really close to a heart attack. I remember I had a boyfriend at the time, and I was like, Don, can you check my pulse? Do you check my heartbeat? And he comes up, he goes, what's going on? I'm like, oh, it hurts. But my Pulse was normal. There was no sweat, just big, huge aches in my chest. And so I breathed through it. And I said, you watch me. If something happens, you call 911. And it never happened. I'm not saying that they advocate this or something that you should do. I'm just letting you know this was my experience. So I really want you to realize that your heart is the command center. It's the bridge between your lower self and higher self. And more importantly, your heart chakra is designed to lead and follow the commands of your soul, follow the direction of your soul. So when you've got the channels flowing correctly, all the chakras serve the desires of your heart. So this is when you're awake, aware, and aligned with your soul. And your heart serves the mission and the purpose of your soul. And so that's why day one of working with me live is we're building connection with your heart, and you're really dropping your attention, traveling from your logic brain, spinning in your head, can't sleep, awake all the time, always busy, can't rest, can't relax, and really relaxing, stimulating the vagus nerve and trusting and doing the nervous system reprogramming, getting out of fight or flight, so that you're in parasympathetic peace. And when you're in peace, your heart expands. It knows, and you begin to trust it. And when you begin to trust your heart, life goes a lot smoother, right? So, what else do I want to say here? I think I'm just going to show you. This is the goal of cleansing, of chakra cleansing. So I chose this picture of the example of feelings. So here's your heart and soul becomes this bright, and it's like the command center, and you radiate out love. And you're free to be yourself. Free to create the life you desire. You get to, from this feeling, you create the life you desire, like you manifest with these feelings. You heal deeply, like you let go of fear, guilt, shame, anger, blame, guilt, all those things in the presence of this feeling. And you can alchemize challenges into growth and wisdom. And you also can self-validate and trust your intuition, so you're not seeking external approval. And then, like, if somebody gives you advice that's not right for you, you can't blame anybody but yourself because you didn't listen to yourself. So with this feeling and growing it, there's no more chasing answers, no more chasing love, no more seeking acknowledgement or acceptance from others. And this is a really powerful place to be, because even the people that love us the most unconditionally, they might have a bad hair day and may not always be available. That's not your fault. The truth is, spiritual truth, humans are beautifully designed to find their own answers, love, and support from within. And you also connect with the divine, right? And so remember, this entire journey is one of self-love, self-respect, and self-empowerment. It's about embracing your inner wisdom and releasing the need for external validation. And the ultimate destination, this state of self-sovereign awareness, where your inner saboteur, your inner critic, your inner skeptic, your child, all the power energy centers are working together in unison for your highest good. You're no longer self-sabotaging. And you get to radiate peace, power, and authenticity in every area of your life. Pretty cool stuff. So heart walls. Heart walls are a defensive act of self-love that can be like feeling something's been missing for a long time. Feeling secretly alone, even in a relationship. That was me in my marriage. Always holding back on your true feelings. How many of you were brought up with a parent saying, talk to me when you're not crying? Being over responsible for everyone and everything around you since childhood. Maybe you had a parent who was dropping the ball and you stepped up. Perfectionism. I spoke about that a couple slides ago. Perfectionism, the need to be perfect, it's supported by your inner critic. And even if people are celebrating you, that inner critic, when it's strong, it's just going to take you out. If you're super independent and have a hard time asking for help, letting alone accepting it, I can do this on my own. I'm a big girl. And instead of voicing anger in a respectful way, a fourth chakra block is just dismissing people with inner judgments. And some of the soul profiles, they have a really super tender heart that people don't really feel or connect with you. And so, like, that happened to me because my heart was really close for a long time, most of my life. And I had a skincare business, and the feedback I got afterwards was they really loved what I did. My techniques was great, but they couldn't connect with me because I was so brain dominant. And that's what I mean by the importance of really dropping from your head to your heart so you can connect. And in the world of AI coming up, people are really gonna need to connect. So I want you to ask, what vow have you made about giving or receiving love? And then what freedom statement, what spiritual truth or soul-aligned affirmation will help you open your heart fully? My purpose is to share my heart and vulnerability fearlessly. I'm open to know others so I can understand myself. And that's the mirror principle. I explain a lot more in my programs after this. Forgiveness is a first step to understanding that everything in my life is the best thing that ever happened to me. There's something called epic forgiveness that most people just like don't get. Like I didn't. When I first heard it, I'm like, oh, yeah, that'll never happen. And the what would never happen is totally believing that how I was raised and all the trauma, all the rape, all the insults, all the rejection. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. I'm like, yeah, that won't happen. But let me tell you, as you do that, as you peel it away, you begin to see, yeah, I guess it was. And a nutshell summary of that is you can't grow unless there's contrast. So the dark, when it gets uncomfortable enough, motivates you to move into the light. So, okay, and then let's keep going on. Instead of blaming, I accept full responsibility for the outcome of my choices in life situations. And I'm open to reach out to others and ask for love, for help, and the support that I desire. And, that's just really indicative of, I'm worth it. And I love this one. This one is like a really great first level heart opener is I'm opening to become my best friend and greatest supporter. So this is such an important chakra that, if, in addition to this, I want you to ask yourself, or you can journal this, what beliefs have I held about love? And if you can't trust love, set the intention that I'm open and willing to be able to trust love to guide and uplift me. I'm opening my heart to love and forgiveness. Okay, so remember, before you move on to the next slide, be sure that you've got a negative attachment and a soul-aligned affirmation to go with it so you can do the Byron Katie work. And here's the Byron Katie work. You can just pause the video and do the work without listening to me, or you could sit on the chair, put your feet on the floor, sit bones on the chair, shoulders over your hips, head over your shoulders. You can put your hand on your heart, on your belly. Take a deep breath in through your heart, through your nose, and exhale. And as you're doing that, you're dropping your attention into your heart, listening for your heartbeat. And bring to mind the negative awareness you came with on the last slide. Ask yourself, is this really true? Can I absolutely know that this is true? How do I know for sure that this is true? And when I believe this thought, how do I react? Does it make me feel good about myself? Does it make the situation feel better or worse? Does it hurt or does it help? And if it doesn't help or support you, are you willing to let this go? And what new belief, or how can you look at this from a higher perspective? And once you've pinpointed that, write your insights and breakthroughs in your journal as you're doing this work. And remember to bring your affirmation to the next subconscious intention setting journey, Mondays at noon or 9:15 Eastern time, PM. Sending love, sending light, sending laughter your way. Have a most marvelous day.